very good morning. I'm not this from the research process and the benefit. The vision as the first example in this community that is safe. So my name is Fatimah. I'm from the Design Sciences Stream. We are going to share our experience in developing this responding by app, which is a collaboration between medical school and also the School of Science Computing. So their background for our study mainly is of management brain injury stage. So a bit of data from WHO published in 2004 has been reported that worldwide brain injury cases around 11 million per year. However, in Malaysian setting, data published by KKM in 2022, it has been reported around 74,000 cases for the past 3 years. And according to the 10 principal causes of hospitalization in MOH hospital, it is the 6th most common hospital admission. So what are the real problem in managing these acute burn cases? So what we experience as the receiving end, majority of the problem arises from issues such as late burn referrals, especially from the district clinic or the hospital. And on top of that, we always receive cases where the TBSA or the total body surface area of the burn, the calculation is actually far more higher than the actual calculation. That will actually influence how much fluid resuscitation to be given to the patient. So it is a bit dangerous if you give overzealous fluid to a certain age or patient who have comorbidities. So we did an online survey to the district doctors where they work in the clinics and hospital. Back in 2019, we asked them, in your opinion, what are the factors that slow down the burn referrals? So majority have actually admitted that they having problem with the sketching of the surface area of the burn area. Around 49% of them admitting that. And also they also claim that the calculation of the fluid resus is a bit troublesome for them. That is part of the contributing factors. Of course, there are other factors that actually contributing to the late referrals as well. We also asked them, do you feel it is difficult to translate patient body surface into papers? Because the normal way or method of calculation, we use a special form which is on paper. So you have to translate from the patient body surface area of burn to the paper. So 54% admitted that it is difficult for them. So let me share a bit of how do we manage acute burn. There are 2 stages. First stage, we have to sketch the total body surface area of the burn area from patient surface to paper. The one on the top is the conventional method where we use Lund and Browder method of sketching. And the sketching is a bit tricky because different age have different set of calculation. And on the form itself, they just put down and mark the total percentage of certain areas. But it is very difficult if you have patchy burns because you somehow have to eyeballing to calculate how many % of the areas injured. So that is the tricky part. So we hope that with the creation of this burn app, we can eliminate the difficulty in sketching and calculating the burn areas. So below is an example of the menu of the app, where the doctors can actually sketch and automatically the burn app will calculate the total body surface area and also will lead to the next calculation part. So this is the conventional how or the traditional way we calculate the fluid resus requirement in acute burn phase. So basically from the total body surface area, we put into this red box, and then subsequently we have to calculate the rest of the requirement fluids within the 24 hours. And then we divide it into the first 8 hours and the next 16 hours to be given. And then finally, we should know how many meals per hour that should be given to the patient. So if the initial calculation of the total body surface area is too high or too low, it will significantly influence how much of fluid given to the patient. And also the doctors must know how much of urine output that we should target for each patient. So before embarking into this project, we have to create our own team. I call it the dream team. So this is a collaboration between the two schools. From the School of Computer Science, led by Associate Prof. Rafi. Unfortunately, he already retired, so he's not with us anymore. So the burn app was developed by this group. As for the School of Medical Sciences, of course, from our team, and also with the help by our dedicated Encik Nazri, our PPKT team. So Alhamdulillah, we managed to apply grant, short-term grant for this project with a total grant of 35,800. And the title that we chose was Development and Validation of Artificial Intelligence Tool for Rapid and Accurate Determination of the Total Body Surface Area of Burn Injury Cases. So the objective of our study, of course, the general objective is to develop and validate this mobile application for rapid and accurate determination of the TBSA of the burn injury cases. Okay. And the specific objective is we develop the app based for Android and iOS. And the second objective is to validate the burn first responder mobile application with the control. So I will show you the flow of the study. We will use the help of the offsite FlexiGrid to know the exact total body surface area in comparison to the what the app calculated. And our third objective is to compare the ease of usage of the burn app comparison to the conventional sketching of the paper by land embroider, and the ease of usage and the timing. We compare between the app and the normal sketch. This is the methodology. So the participants or the samples that actually tested our app, they are from the background of general surgery residents or masters, and also plastic surgeon, and also MMed student from plastic surgery team. There are around 60 doctors that actually tested our mobile app. So they will be in groups of 5, and they will be sent into 3 separate rooms, which have 3 moulage mannequin in each 3 separate rooms. Each mannequin will have a 25% sketch of a TBSA, 30% and 35%. So this group of doctors, we take turns to go to the room and sketch. Of course, they don't know how much of the real calculation, the real diagnosis, whether it's the 25, 30 or 35. They only see sketches on the mannequin. And then they have to calculate using the burn app, and then time themselves, and then put into the form. And then they have to recalculate back using the land embroidered chart, time themselves, and also put on the performa. So this is the offsite FlexiGrid. It's like a film dressing where you put on the mannequin and then you sketch to know that how much the total body surface area accuracy. So this is the study performa where the participant have to fill out the land embroidered chart, how much TBSA they managed to calculate, the burn app, how much TBSA the burn app report, and the time taken assessment. They have to time themselves with the help of the assistant, and they have to fill out this SEQ skill, the easiness of the app, whether it is very easy, very useful to them. And the results, of course, the first objective is to develop the burn app. So this is the burn app. We can play a video. So after register, the patient's name will be appear on the app. Then we have to put in the patient's weight, because the weight will give how much fluid that we should give to the patient in acute stage, and the height. If any pre-hospital fluid given in this hospital, we can enter also, because the calculation they will subtract from that. And the type of burn or the cause of the burn, any compounding injury, inhalation injury, also you can enter. And the next stage is for the sketches. You click again the patient's name, then we start to sketch. From this sketch, the green, yellow, and red, it determines the burn depth. So the red will be full thickness burn. The yellow one is the secondary burn, this partial thickness burn. Now you sketch, and this is the back. sketch again accordingly to the burn injury. And the app will automatically calculate for you. Sorry. Macam mana nak put it? And at the end of the app, actually they will suggest how much of fluid can be given, should be given, and how much urea output you should target. And also the app will suggest to the doctors whether this patient should be transferred or can be treated in the district hospital. And the app also will suggest which nearest hospital can be transferred to. So that is the beauty of this app. Okay. And the result for the second objective and the third objective, the second objective is basically to compare the app TBSA with the control using the offset flexi grid. So what we found was if the TBSA reaching 25% of TBSA and 35%, it was significantly low in the app in comparison to the control. While if the TBSA is at 30%, there was not much differences. When we look at the raw data, the differences of TBSA at 30% is just by 1%. So it is not much different. And the third objective was to compare the ease of usage and also to compare the timing and also the TBSA, whether there's a big difference between LAN embroider and the app. So what we found was no significant difference were exhibited in the TBSA calculation itself. And in terms of time of completion and also the ease of usage, there is not much difference, meaning the app is comparable. So the interpretation, the burn app tended to underestimate burn size at 25 and 35% TBSA in comparison to control. However, at 30%, the burn app estimation was reasonably accurate and not significantly different from control. So the burn app performed similarly to the LAN embroider chart in terms of accuracy, speed, and user friendliness. As in conclusion, the burn app is accurate, fast, and easy to use as the LAN embroider chart, but may slightly underestimate TBSA at certain burn sizes when compared to the standard measurements. So why does all of this happen, even though we are actually expecting the burn app to be more superior in terms of speed and easiness? Because the superiority of the burn app was not demonstrated in this study because there are several potential sources bias. One of it is because our sample, our test subject were doctors from background where they are already well versed with the TBSA calculation and also fluid resource calculation. So those group of high-level participant expertise in manual TBSA estimation may have reduced the detectable differences. If we compare to those who are not well versed with the burn management, probably there's a big difference. And also because the same participant, they will go through the app and then they will go through the normal sketching. There's an effect what we call as a learning and carryover effect, which have influenced the TBSA estimates because they can sort of predict when they first sketch with the burn app, they already know, for example, 30%. And then when they sketch with the LAN embroider, they already have the answer at the back of their head. So there's a bit of bias in that. So we call it as carryover effect. And the time analysis excluded post-TBSA fluid resuscitation, meaning the timing we start from the first they sketch and stop until they finish calculation of the TBSA. The timing does not stop until they get the final calculation of the fluid. So that also does causing underestimating the time saving and the workflow and the advantages of the burn application itself. So this is, alhamdulillah, we managed to obtain the certificate of recognition for the burn app. It was developed since 2019 and we managed to obtain this certificate in 2022. And this app is still, I have to say, still in beta phase, meaning we are still improving and still doing studies to make sure that this burn app can properly apply to a real patient. And with that, thank you from my part.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Siti Fatimah, and congratulations on the impressive and very timely applications. We now open the floor for questions. So you may unmute your microphone, or you can also post your question in the chat. All right, so we have one question from Dr. Wan Arifin. His question is, before using the app and scoring the usability, did the participants undergo training on the use of the app first? So because this could have affected the score.
Yes, for this study, actually, it's in conjunction with our yearly burn course. Every year, we will do a burn course for doctors in-house and also for district. So before we actually ask them to download the app, we actually have like a small lecture. So they already know how to use it. Yep.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Siti Fatimah. Can we invite a couple more questions? Okay, a question from Prof. Jeffrey. Will it have societal impact?
When it comes to society impact, in terms of, actually this project was intended creation for to help the district doctors in terms of management of the burn injury, timely manner, number one. Number two, the accuracy of management at the acute phase at the beginning from the district hospital or the district clinic. So I would say yes, it has a positive societal impact in terms of we can manage burn cases timely manner and with a good accuracy. Yep, I hope that answers Prof. Jeffrey question.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fatimah. Okay, third question from Prof. Datuk Sukari. Can you share the extension of the project to national level with HKL team, as HKL team is also embarking on this?
Yes, Prof. I'm well aware that HKL team, they are also creating their own app. To be frank, before they actually embark on their own app project, they actually contacted me and they actually have gone through our previous proposal. I think they're working on it. And I actually suggested to them to work together as a collaboration work. But unfortunately, because of the funding from their side, I'm not too sure from where they will get their future funding for their app. It says that they prefer for their project how to say by KKM only. They do not want to include USM, but they want my opinion of their project. Yeah, something like that. That was what was told by their project leader. We actually already extend our help and extend our working paper. It seems that they prefer to work on their group under the KKM umbrella because of the funding factor. That what was told to me. But we can clarify further after this with the team.
Thank you, Dr. Siti Fatimah. There's a lot of questions because this is a very interesting app. So perhaps this is the last question we can take for this slot from Dr. Yvonne. Can I clarify whether the sequence of the burn app and the chart was randomized during the assessment? If so, was this done to minimize the potential learning or order effect among the participants?
Thank you for the good question. When the participant enter the room with the Moulage mannequin in front of them, they can choose whether they can use the burn first or the land embroider first. It's up to them. But of course, after this study was completed, we realized there's a carryover effect. That's why that is one of the downside of this study. So last year we did another study to counter back all this carryover effect by randomizing the sequence. And the second study that we did last year, we haven't finished with the data collection. Hence, we are not allowed to declare what are the results yet. And yeah, I think that answered the question. Thank you, everyone.